Madhyoli Charanam, Jai Nandalala. What all we worry about on a daily basis, it's worries for food or worries for pollution, worries for COVID. It's never ending, right? Goes on and on. And now people are very conscious about their health. They run, they keep fit, they want to eat healthy, right? They do so much to take care of their health. Everything possible, avoiding canned foods, frozen foods. They want fresh foods, organic foods. Now, they wash vegetables 3 or 4 times. There's special soap to wash vegetables now. Do you know that? There's special soap available. Well, the manufacturers know how to make money out of us. Because of what? Because of our worries. See how the manufacturers, take advantage of the people worrying. I don't buy that soap, but there are a lot of people who do. Now, to understand about worrying, where does this worry come from? Because of all the dangers that we see outside. The mind worries. Where does it come from? The mind, right? The mind is asking us to worry, right? It's all the mind. That's where it comes. It's originating from the mind, right? Everything is originating from the mind. But do you know that you don't have to look outside for danger? Danger lies inside us. Danger is already inside us, and that is the mind. We have to be scared of our mind. We don't have to look outside. We don't have to be scared of COVID. We don't have to be scared of the pollution. We don't have to be scared of the food or preservatives, canned food. Trust me, those are not going to kill us. But yes, our mind can definitely kill us. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about we do so much to protect ourselves? We do so much to caution ourselves, to do the right thing. But we actually fall in the darkness because of our mind, which is already inside us. And every day it's telling us, instructing us what to do, and we fall in the pit. It tells you, get scared. And we get scared. It tells you that the water is dirty. Don't drink it. If you drink it, you'll get a stomach virus. If you go to the temple in India, don't take the tirtham. You'll get stomach virus. Wonder what water they use in the temple. Don't go dip in the Ganges. It's very dirty. Do you know what all is in the Ganges? Who says all this? The mind. Because we're so used to worrying, right? It doesn't allow you to do the right thing. And yeah, you listen to it. If you start feeding, if you start putting fertilizers in the weeds are going to grow, right? Instead of putting fertilizers for the roses and the beautiful flowers, we put the fertilizer in the weeds. We're listening to that mind. We let it instruct us. We let it take us through the wrong path. And we land up there. So what do we have to fear more than everything else outside? We have to fear our mind. We have to always understand the poison lies inside us first. The poison is already inside us. That's the Maya, the illusion. The mind is always giving you that beautiful picture of Maya. Every time it tells you what is not real. Assumptions, analyzing. Always analyzing. What if? What if? So many what ifs, right? What if I go alone and somebody comes and, grabs my purse? What if, what if, what if? There's so many what ifs. Who's giving all that? What if are these thoughts? They're born here, right? The mind is our biggest enemy. So much crowd is there. So much crowd. I think it's more crowded than the whole of the world population, We have so much capacity to store in there. If I tell you to imagine beautiful thoughts, like imagine Lord Vishnu beautifully lying in the Adisesha, beautifully lying there. Pal Kadal. You're all imagining it, correct? You're all imagining this beautiful sight. Why? Because the mind has the capacity to imagine beautiful things. At the same time, the mind has the capacity to imagine dark things too. If you let it, you can be so creative, You can go beyond any movie that you have seen. Creativity the mind is amazing. That is why human beings are so powerful. They can imagine. Their imagination has no boundaries. That's why our mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. So it's up to us whether we want our mind to be our best friend or our worst enemy. We should ask that every morning we wake up. What do we want? Do we want this mind to be our friend or our enemy? Ambal always says, control your mind or it'll control you. We have to always have a leash on our mind. It's like a dog. You take a dog for a walk. You take him in a leash, right? Otherwise, it'll run away. Doesn't it? It gets attracted to something and it'll run away. Dogs are like that. Mind is also like that. You have to keep it on a leash. Always on a leash. Like it assumes a lot of things, If someone says, hi, how are you? The mind will be like, why is she asking, how are you? Does she think you're not fine? That's when you should say, shut up. Enough. You have to say that. You have to shut the mind down. When it asks unnecessary questions, you have to shut it down. It's like how you kill the weeds, When you see one popping in the grass, you kill it. You don't water them. If you listen to it, yeah, you're right. Why should she ask, how are you? There may be something in it. So the mind is very happy. Oh, somebody is listening to me. Let me cook up some more stories. Right? So many things you can cook up, The mind is very innovative, creative. Nothing. Why is the word misunderstanding in our dictionary? It's because of the mind. Misunderstanding. The word itself has the word missed. Misunderstanding. You missed something. You missed something that you could have understood. That's why it's misunderstanding. Why is that word in our dictionary? Because we have our mind with us. Because of our mind, we have misunderstood something. We have wrongly analyzed something. We have assumed something. Right? Now, there's a small story in Amma's book from Enlightenment. I love that book. It's chapter 4. It says duty protects is the chapter, where there's a story about the mind, where Arjuna, the great Arjuna, the great warrior Arjuna, had a problem with controlling his mind. And poor Lord Krishna, how patient is the Lord? How patient. Just like our Amma. When I read the story, I only thought of Amma, how patient she was with each one of us. We are all in one Arjuna, for her. Because Arjuna was not easy. When you read Mahabharata, Arjuna was not easy. Because poor Arjuna could not control his mind. He had problems. He always had problems throughout the war. And Lord Krishna had to stand. Of course, first, before the war began, the Gita Upadesham happened. And why did that happen? Because when they went into war, Arjuna saw all his grandfather, his teachers, his elders, his relatives, everybody standing in front of him. His knees were very weak. He wanted to fall. Automatically, his bow, he dropped down on the ground. He dropped his bow on the ground. A warrior dropping his bow on the ground in the war battlefield. Is that correct? How good is that? That's the worst nightmare, right? Well, he's lucky that Lord Krishna is his charioteer, right? Otherwise, he would have been dead by long back. So many times, Lord Krishna had to save him from the Kauravas attacking him. The first time he went there, he did this. Lord Krishna brought him out somehow, drove his chariot out of that. And he said, what happened? Arjuna, what happened? You're supposed to control your mind. You're supposed to be detached. You have to think about your duties. Did you forget your duty? That's why he taught him Gita Upadesham. He did the Gita Upadesham and taught him the Karma Yoga, where he teaches you your duties. And that Gita Upadesham, is it just for Arjuna? No, it's for all of us. It's for all of us. Because I believe we are all Arjunas. Right? We're all Arjunas. We have a problem controlling our mind. We don't believe that our mind is our enemy. We get too pally with it. We think it's our friend. Yes, it is our friend when it's silenced, right? Mind can be silenced. Continuously telling it, keep quiet, enough. I don't want to hear you talk. You slowly silence it. What happens when you tell somebody, keep quiet, don't talk to me, don't talk to me? Eventually, they're going to be silent, right? Exactly with the mind. You keep telling it, stop, enough. There'll be a point where you cannot hear your mind at all. And that's the point when the mind is your best friend, when it's silence. That silent mind is man's best friend. Now, Gita Desham happened. We all have it now. We all have that beautiful Bhagavad Gita to look at, to read, and to get all those whatever doubts we have cleared about attachment, about how to do our duties. It's mostly about that. It's mostly about do your duty. The rest, leave it to me. I will take care, is what Lord Krishna says. Don't think about the end result. Just do your part. You have to do this, do it. Rest, I will take care. Now, after all the Gita Upadesham was given, do you think Arjuna got it? Did you think Arjuna was firm and he was cleared and his doubts were cleared and then he could do the war without any issues? No, absolutely not. He didn't. Arjuna committed the same mistake twice again. Twice again. When did he do that? There was a time when everybody discussed, okay, whom do we defeat first? Who's the most powerful in the Kauravas? Everyone sat and discussed, and then they said, okay, Bhishma is very powerful. Pitamaha. Yes, he is. He's very powerful because he's very focused. And he's a great warrior. And he's detached, which made him very powerful. So they all came to this conclusion that we have to defeat Pitamaha first, Bhishma. And we all know Arjuna is very, very close and fond of Bhishma, correct? That is his Pitamaha. So he's very fond of him. But Krishna told him, Lord Krishna did all that he could, gave him all the guidance, advised him. And then now they're in the battlefield. And Lord Krishna says, I'm going to take you closer to Pitamaha. And there you will be able to attack him very easily. And nobody will disturb you. And no one can come and save him. I'm going to position the chariot in a way that no one can come and save Bhishma. So be ready, Arjuna, he says. Lord Krishna. Arjuna is like, yes, yes. Now they go. The chariot is positioned in a way that Bhishma is right there, watching. Bhishma has a special respect for Lord Krishna. But then duty is first. He knows he's fighting for the Kauravas and he has to give it 100%. So he stands there, watches them approach him. He's ready to fight. Arjuna, on the other hand, saw Bhishma. he couldn't take it. Again, he grew weak. His mind swayed. Again, he dropped his bow. Second time, he dropped his bow. Now, Lord Krishna had to somehow get him out of there, because who's standing in front? It's not an ordinary man who's standing in front. It's Bhishma. If he got an opportunity, he's not going to let it go. He's going to shoot one arrow at Arjuna. So Lord Krishna somehow brought the chariot, drove it out of the danger zone and brought him here. And he's like, what happened again? Arjuna, what happened again? He says. Again, you got attached. You were swayed by your attachments, right? He says. If you keep doing this, then I will have no option but to give up on my oath. And what is that oath? The oath that I took, that I will not hold a weapon and I will not fight in this war. I took an oath that I will not fight. I will just be your charioteer. But I will have to break it because I want truth to win. I cannot let evil win. So either you do it or I have to do it, he says. So Dharma was there. Yudhishthira, he's shocked. He says, no, Krishna, don't do that. No, don't give up on your oath. Arjuna will do it. I will make him understand, he says. I will make Arjuna understand. Don't do that. Arjuna will do it this time. He'll be focused. He's determined. Now, he will do it. So Yudhishthira talks for Arjuna. And Arjuna says, I will do it, Krishna. I'm sorry. I will do it. And he apologizes. He says, no, I will not make you break your oath. You should not do that. I will do it, he says. So the next day, back in the battlefield, with the help of Shikandi, they defeat Bhishma. Bhishma is done. Next, Pandavas. Who's the next powerful Kaurava? Karna. Karna is the next powerful one. Apparently, Karna has this astram with him. Very powerful astram. Which obviously is going to use it on Arjuna. So Krishna does this planning, Lord Krishna has already planned everything. This whole Mahabharata, he plans everything. So he has already gone before the war even began to Kunti Devi and revealed to her the secret. What's the secret? The secret that Karna is her son. The son that she had abandoned before getting married to King Pandu. So he revealed that secret to her. This son who Lord Surya had given to her. Surya Putra Karna. Correct? And then she abandoned the baby. And then Karna was brought up by a charioteer. So now Karna thinks he's the son of a charioteer. He doesn't know the truth. So Lord Krishna says, go and tell him who he is. I want you to go and tell him who he is. Now Kunti, after hearing this information that Karna is her son, she's shocked. She's shocked. Now she's confused whose side she should be on. The mother, right? Karna or Arjuna? So Lord Krishna asks her, So which one do you want? Karna or Arjuna? Because I can save only one, he says. I can save only one of your son. Choose. Look at that. He says, if you choose Arjuna, righteousness will survive. Draupadi will be able to tie her hair back, because she took an oath that she will not tie her hair until the Pandavas win the war. So he says Draupadi can start tying her hair back. Her honor will be, regained. And the Pandavas will also get their kingdom back if Arjuna wins. On the other hand, if Karna wins, evil wins, Pandavas will be sent back to the forest. Draupadi will get even more humiliated. So, what do you want? He asks Kunti. Kunti Devi's immediate reply after thinking over with tears in her eyes. Think about it. It's a mother after all, right? Can you pick which son? No. Every mother, for them, the sons are like their two eyes. Which eyes to pick? Which eye you could pick? But she knows Lord Krishna is for the righteous, for the right, for the truth. So she says, I'm going to go with you. Krishna, I'm going to go with you. You are for the truth. Tell me what I should do. I'll do it, she says. So Lord Krishna tells her what to do. He says, go and tell him who you are. Go and reveal to him who you are. But make sure you go alone. And make sure he's alone, he said. Tell him who you are. That way he'll be very happy that he's been thinking he's the charioteer's son. Now he'll know he's Kunti Devi's son. Raja Parambare. He'll know he's not an ordinary son now. He's like a prince now, right? He's a prince. So he'll be delighted. In that delightment state, he'll be eager to give you anything you ask. Lord is saying, the Lord Krishna is telling her, he'll give you anything you ask. He's so happy, he'll be willing to give you anything. At that time, you make a request to him. You tell him that he can use his Nagastra, that is Astram he has, Nagastra, on Arjuna only once during the war. That's what you ask him. Karna keeps his promise. Karna keeps his promise. That's what the Lord is telling him. And he will do as you say. See how much of confidence Lord Krishna has in Karna, which he does not have in Arjuna. Right? Now Kunti Devi did exactly what Lord Krishna said. She went and she did. The war started the next day. Same thing. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, be ready. Today you have to defeat Karna. I'm going to take the chariot near him. I'm going to pull him out of his army in a zone where none of them will be there. And you need to attack him. All said. He says, be ready, Arjuna. I'm going there. Lord Krishna says it. Does exactly that, isolates Karna from his army, and Karna standing there alone. And Arjuna's facing him. And what Arjuna does, as soon as he saw Karna, some unknown feeling of brotherly love that he didn't even know existed emerged out of him from nowhere. And he looked at him and he had tears in his eyes. He grew weak in his arms. His arms were weak. His legs were weak. His arms were shaking. Again, his bow fell off his hand. Again. So much confusion. He didn't even know why confusion. What was the reason? Does he know he is his brother? No. Arjuna doesn't know Karna is his brother. In spite of that, when asked by Krishna, what happened to you again? He says, I don't know. I feel like I'm facing Dharma, my brother, Yudhishthira. Can I shoot an arrow to Yudhishthira? Can I shoot an arrow against him? I feel like he's standing in front of me, Arjuna says. Karna, on the other hand, Karna is standing like a rock, ready to fight, fully knowing who Arjuna is. Fully knowing. He knows who Arjuna is. Because Kunti Devi already went and revealed to him. In spite of that, his duty stands first. His duty. He's standing there without being swayed. His mind is so in his control. He has to win this war. That's all is in his mind. He knew he was going to die. That's the greatest thing about Karna. Fully knowing that he's going to die, he stood there without being swayed, without getting swayed. He fought till the end. Now after Lord Krishna talked to Arjuna, brought him back again, somehow made him understand and said, you have to do this. This is your duty. Take courage, take the bow and shoot at him. And Arjuna did it. But all that was not needed for Karna. Karna was ready. Now once Karna fell, who came crying? Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi came out of nowhere, started crying. She put Karna's head on her lap and wept. My son, my son. Arjuna was confused. And he came running. He looked around for Lord Krishna and he saw. He ran to Lord Krishna and said, what is going on? For some reason, my mother has kept that secret away from me. But I believe you will know. You knew it all along. Why didn't you tell me? What do you think Lord Krishna did? That beautiful smile. He gave him that beautiful smile. He said, really? Really? Right? Even without knowing. You gave me such a hard time. What if you knew? Without knowing, you had all this brotherly love from nowhere. What if you knew? the mind. Karna, on the other hand, though Lord Krishna did not give him the Gita-upadesham directly, Karna was the one who actually followed the Gita fully. He just smiled at Arjuna and said, Parth, you never listened to my Upadesham. You never listened to it. And he walked away. What do you expect Lord Krishna to say? Right? He was only proud of Karna. He was very proud of Karna because Karna did his duty till the end. He stood by what he believed in. May not be the right thing, but he did his duty. Right? He did his duty. Whoever he was supporting, he was fighting for the Kauravas, he did it till the end. His mind never got swayed. He did his duty. Whereas Arjuna, his mind was never under his control. We were also lucky when Ambal was in her physical form. She always taught us what to do. She always advised us. So many times we used to get hurt for silly things. She would say, why you give importance to it? All that is trash. Throw it out. Don't keep anything in your mind, she says. Throw it out. Clean it up. Chakare. Clean it out. Flush it out. She kept saying that. Just give love. That's all she says. She used to say that a lot. Love the Amma. Just give love. We are here only for that. Even if someone gives us hatred, we don't have to give back hatred. We have a choice. We can give them love. That is what Ambal did. And that is what she taught us. Don't get swayed. Are we going to be Arjuna or Karna? Are we going to be Arjuna or Karna? We have to ask ourselves that question every day because that's very important. Because if we take that Gita Upadesha, then we will be Karna, doing our duties without being attached too much, giving importance to emotions too much, getting carried away by emotions too much, expectations leads to disappointments. That's why whenever you do help, whenever you give somebody something, forget about it. Best thing. Whether they remember or not, it's none of our business. But let us forget about it. Give it and go. There's another story where Karna gives. One time he gives everything, right? Karna is the most generous, right? There's one place in Mahabharata where they say that Karna, somebody comes and asks him something and he had it in his left hand and he gave it. So somebody asked him, why are you giving with the left hand? You should never give it with the left hand. So he says, I don't know what happens next second, What if by the time I shift from my left to my right, my mind may get swayed and I may not give it? See? So that's why I gave it my left hand. How beautiful, right? So giving also we have to learn from Karna. Giving and forgetting. That's the best thing. That's when if you don't forget, then you expect something in return, and that's when problems arise, right? That's what Amma always says. Just give. Do your part. Who's giving us? Amma. Ambal gives us, not them, right? She'll give us what we have, what we need, what we deserve. It'll come from her. Isn't it better when we get it from her? Right? It's better. The value of the gift goes up. It's more precious. That's what I believe. So, well, that being said, I want to talk about our Ganesha, 100th Ganesha Puja this time. I have some things to tell you, interesting things that happened during this event that I actually wanted to share with all of you. It's like some really, it's miracles after miracles after miracles, of course. And this 100th puja was very special, where the Lord he was in the front line and he was planning the whole thing from the beginning till the end. So before this started, I was thinking, okay, Amma, when she used to come visit us in New Jersey and we have a big event, she'll always bring something with her. Something like prasadam to give to everybody who do sankalpa. And it'll usually be something very beautiful. Something that you can treasure every time. Like you can keep it and you can keep it forever. Something like that. You know, it's not an ordinary thing. Whatever she brings here, it'll be something very specially made for us. And we put it in a tambulam bag and give it to everybody who do sankalpa. So this time I asked Amma, I want to give something special like that. Give me ideas. So she said, everybody's reading nowadays. Everybody's into reading. Because of this pandemic times, everyone has a book. So bookmark is a good idea. So I said, yeah, that's a very nice idea. Okay, so how do I do this? Bookmark. So she said, ask Vidya, she'll do it. So I contact Vidya Subramaniam, and I tell her, Ambal told me to contact you and you'll take care of the bookmark. She said, yeah, sure. Definitely. So I said, okay. I just told her, I sent her pictures of Ganesha and Amma, whatever has to be in the bookmark. That's it. And told her what needs to be the contents. That's it. And suddenly she brings this beautiful design. And it was like, wow, it's beautiful. She sends me this bookmark design. It's yellow color background with all these pictures in it. Then I look at it and I'm like, I get this Amma saying, make it green. So I tell Vidya, make this green. And I say, it's very nice. Who made it? She says, all credit goes to Sumuki. And who's Sumuki? Sumuki is her daughter. And apparently Sumuki is also in Team Vilvamalli, which is the team of youngsters who are making those beautiful quotes that you read every day on our page, on Facebook and Instagram, Nandalala Mission. These posts keep coming up every day, right? So she's in that team. She's also one of the youngsters who make the post. Now she has designed the bookmark. I was very proud. I said, beautiful. That's beautiful. And I'm so happy that she did it. What is, after all, Nandalala is kids, right? And what better than a kid designing the bookmark for Nandalala event, right? So Ambal is extremely happy. And I tell her, okay, change the color to green, the background. So Vidya says, I'm not sure if the green will look good, Madhuri. And I said, I don't know, for some reason Ambal is saying, just change it to green. Just change it. Let's see after that. So she changes to the green. And now I look at it and I'm awed. I'm shocked because now that background looks like Ambal's floors in Jayamalar. Now Jayamalar has green tiles. Whoever has gone to Jayamalar knows that. That bookmark exactly resembles her floors in Jayamalar. I was like, wow. Wow, Amma, this looks just like your floor, I said. And she's, yes, correct. This is the conversation. And I tell Vidya, I tell her, doesn't it look like the floor in Jayamalar? And she says, yes, Madhuri, it does. Appadiye irukku. And there we go with that. So, approved and sent for printing and all done. Then I already have a person in India. One of the devotees had gone to India and I asked her to bring it and she's ready to bring it and everything is all set. And and Priya was there and she said, I'll bring it, and she brings it. Look at the timing. I mean, everybody was set there in position, ready. It's like a plan, which they already saw, put in place, and everything came together so smoothly, I was not looking out for anybody. I had another person also willing to bring. So there were many people ready to bring it. But somehow Priya had to bring it. Amma said, just let Priya bring it, and Priya brought it. And it's here. One more thing. Before that, what would he wear? His clothing, right? I'm thinking about his clothing. Before all this was mailed, I asked Amma and Ganesha, what color? So every time the color is a big thing, what color do you want to wear for your kalyana, for the big event? And lavender. That's the color that came up. Lavender. Okay, I'm like, lavender has so many shades. You need to tell me exactly what shade. So I go to Google, I say lavender, and the images come up, right? So many colors, block, block, block. So she picks that one lavender color. It's a beautiful light lavender, powder, baby lavender, And I send it to Vidya. Again, Vidya was the person Ambal picked. So I sent it to Vidya and I said, Vidya, this is the color. The minute Vidya saw that, it's so difficult, Madhuri. This color is not easy, she says. Then on top of that, I say lavender with orangish red border. Specifications, especially when Ambal gives colors and specifications, that person will never get it so easily. They will have to run probably 100 stores and then they will get it. It's never happened. It'll never happen so easily. So when she said, Madhuri, இது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்குமே இந்த கலர் அவ்வளோ ஈஸியா கிடைக்காது. That is not very easily available. This will be difficult for me to search for this color, Madhuri, she says. Then I tell her, with Ambal's, obviously, guidance, I tell her, don't worry, Vidya. This is for Pillayar. The first store you enter, this color will be there. And it's just like I said, the first store she entered, this was, I believe, the only one piece that was available in this color. Only one piece. And of course, they had separate borders. She got it stitched on it, the exact reddish, orangish red border on it. And just like she said, just like Ambal said, it was available in the first store. She did not trouble Vidya. Vidya got it in one go. First store she entered, she got it. And on top of that, what jewelry color? What is the color of your jewelry? I ask. And the color comes up as orange. Orange stones. So I tell Vidya orange stones. So whatever store she went, there was only one necklace that had orange stones. But it was there, right? So she picked that. And she came. So that's the beauty of Ambal, how she got it done so beautifully with a beautiful instrument over there. Through her, she got it all done. And she wanted her son to look beautiful and handsome that day. She achieved it. Her son was a rock star. Ganesha was super rock star that day. He was so cute. If you all saw him with that lavender, with that border, the reddish orange border. If you want to see it again, you can always go and see it. It's on YouTube already, right? Now you would pay attention to it more, right? I guess. So reddish orange border, lavender powder, or lavender silk. And she got silk. See, I actually told her, don't worry if you didn't get silk. It's okay and all that. She got pure silk. That's the beauty. Pure silk, lavender, with the reddish orange border and that orange necklace with the blue in it. He's very stylish, you know. And that was the only necklace available. So beautifully stood out. And then the beads. He wanted beads. I told her beads and she says, Unjo, the cheapo irukume, she said. I said, no, just get it. Just get it. And she got it. And when he wore everything together, there's nothing like it. Same thing here with his malai. We have a person who orders the malai, you know, Meera does the malai always. And she was asking me what color. I already know I gave lavender, right? So this time he wanted that, that flower. I forget the name. It looks like pom-poms, the violet round flowers. And he said he wanted that. And I saw that was available. And that was available. And we picked that violet flower. It went so beautifully with the whole outfit. What he wore in the morning for the Ganapati Homam, with the violet flowers with white alternating it. Oh my God. It was like somebody spent a long time planning this, but trust me, I didn't plan any of it. It just, they wanted to wear it, and they, Ambal and Ganesha wanted those colors, and they got it through the instruments that they picked. So beautifully. I was thinking, when you listen to Ambal, right, that is, yeah, you all know I am a puppet of Ambal. I am her puppet. And I don't do anything that she doesn't say. Everything she says, I do. I don't ask her any questions. I've contacted people I've never contacted before. I have, if she tells me to call them, I call them. I ask for help. If she asks me to ask somebody for help, I do. I call and ask. And in the end of the day, she's the director, she's the driver. And we all are just actors. We're just doing our role. She gives a script and I just say it. And it's true. She tells me what to say, I say it. She tells me how to talk to that person, I say it. Yeah, I am her puppet. I am that, that rag doll that you see, where that puppet master keeps doing this, right? And that is Ambal playing with me. And I don't feel, I feel actually overjoyed seeing that. Who doesn't want to be her puppet in her hands? And look how she brought this whole event. She took it forward. And the most important thing is she gave me a big group of people to help. If I don't talk about them, then there is nothing else. I am so thankful to Ambal for giving me that strength, that, the thing that you can do alone. You can never do anything alone. You need that force and that power from everywhere with the same bhakti, with the same faith to help, because we are all doing it together. Without those volunteers, nothing is possible. She gave me volunteers everywhere, helping with various things. She'll tell them this, give them this work. She's the one who's segregating things. I'm just here, the physical form, and I'm doing it. That's it. All the instructions are from her. I'm a mere dust. I'm nothing. But what is overwhelming is she took this forward till the finish line beautifully. As always, I always say this, after every event, I say this because that's the truth. That is the only truth. Truth is only one. She takes us to the finish line. And every time she does, she makes so many people her instruments. She tells me who to call. They'll help you. Call them, they'll help you. Speak to them, they'll help you. They'll do it for you. And they do. That's the beauty. Nobody I've called have said they're busy or they can't. They immediately do it. She does not let me call such a person. Let me put it that way. Whoever she asks me to call, they believe in her and they have the faith in her and they do it. Without any doubts. Whether it is Sri Kantesh in India or whether it is Vidya in India or whether it's Priya or Radhika or anybody, Meera, so many, everybody, Sharmila, I can just name anybody they will do because they have faith in her. They believe in her. That's the beauty, that much of faith and bhakti, no fear. We had so many people that day, no fear. Everybody you see here, they came on their own. And why is that? Do you need an invitation to come to the temple? No. Do you need an invitation to come to see the Lord? No. Why would I invite and insult the Lord and insult the devotee? Huh? If I invite you, you'll be insulted. I don't want to do that. You come here because you seek His blessings. And that's how it should be. You go to a temple without any invitation. That's how it should be. And that's how it was. Everybody came without any invitation. Overwhelming crowd. Everybody, the Lord put His kavacham in the evening. And that kavacham was not for Him. He doesn't need any kavacham. That kavacham was for us. For our protection. He wore that kavacham for us in the evening. To take care of everybody. Nobody's going to have any issues. We're all fine. We'll all be okay. Jai Nandalala Madhyoli Charanam.